Yeah, today I'm going to teach you how to configure finance application. Finance is nothing but your enterprise planning budget cloud system. In a simple words, it is called EPBCS. It is called EPBCS. Cloud, when you talk about planning, there are two types. One is PBCS, the other one is enterprise PBCS. Enterprise PBCS is nothing but these are finance, workforce, capex plus projects. They will come along with your application, those members, dimensions, even some extra dimensions other than the default dimensions. And along with those members, even you have business rules, you have data forms, you have dashboards, everything they are built in, and you need to customize those things. So I'm going to teach you today how to configure finance application. So this is only technical. I'm not going to teach you any functionality of it. So how to configure a finance application? Configuration is nothing but how to create finance application in enterprise PBCS. As usual, guys, you need to log in here. You need to log in here. So I'll go back here. I will log in here as usual. So whenever I log in here, there are when I log in here, obviously there are three functionality that comes along with that. One is create a sample application, create a new application. Third one is migrate. Forget about these two, guys. Create a sample application and a migration. When time comes, again I'll come up another video. I'll teach you those two parts anyway. Okay, right now I wanted to create a finance application. How can I do that? Very simple, guys. See, under planning in this tab, go to create a new application. Look at this. This is the one I'm talking about. Create a new application. Under that we have start button. Okay, we have a start button. After login, guys, we got this screen. Here we need to create a new, our requirement is we have to create a finance application. So that is called enterprise PBCS, the finance application part of your enterprise PBCS. Okay, let me click start button here. As usual, guys, if you know these things, how to create a planning application, right? Enter your application name. I'll say fin app1. My application name, what I have given here is finance app 1. Then application description, anything, guys. Here the star followed by name. Star means you need to provide that input. That is the reason I provided my application name here. Next, what is description? This is for what for you are creating. This is an enterprise PBCS application. Going to configure. There you go. Here, then come back here, application type. Look at this, guys. Here, when you talk about the application, this custom, you know that already. I made one video. If you have any questions, guys, go through those videos. Custom here. Let's go back to freeform. No, I don't want that. See here in custom, I have made a video, guys. You can go there and check that. Introduction to PBCS Part 1 by Koti Reddy. You can figure out that. Okay. Then see here, I'm going to talk about modules. See, whenever you wanted to create a finance application or a workforce application or capex application or projects application, obviously you need to select modules. Modules is nothing but it is an enterprise PBCS application. When you select custom, it is PBCS application. There is a lot of difference between a PBCS application, enterprise PBCS application. So we'll talk about that difference later on, guys, not right now. Let us create or configure your finance application. So once I select modules, see, you cannot change that, guys. You cannot change that. Again, if you want to change that, means cancel this. Again, you have to create from the beginning. That's what you need to do. So I have selected here modules because I wanted to configure finance application. Obviously I need to select modules. So when you select modules, guys, this will become enterprise PBCS application. If you do not select that, if you select custom, it will become PBCS application. Okay, so let us go for the next step. See what I have given in this screenshot. I have provided my application name. Going forward, we are going to call this application as fin app1. This is your application name. Description mandatory we have to give, but we don't care about that description here. Then this is very, very important. When you are creating a enterprise PBCS, obviously you need to select modules. So this description may be or may not, but these two, providing application name and the way you select your application type, these two are very, very important here. So I have selected modules. Then I'll go for my next window. Yes, I come back here. See, we have 12 months, 13 periods. That's what I have here. Okay, I have 12 months and 13 periods. So what I will do, guys, 12 months I'll select here. 13 periods we'll talk later. What is 12 months? 12 months is nothing but your see, on top, it's time period dimension. In time period dimension, so if you select 12 months, what it does, right? What are the members it comes? Forget about beginning of year, all that. Anyway, they'll be part of it. But time period, what it will come here is, it will create 4 quarters, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4. Each quarter will have 3 months. You know that, guys, every company, every quarter they'll publish their results, the profit and loss, all that. So here, what I am doing, so I have, after selecting 12 months, what is 13 periods? We'll talk about it. Some companies, they have the budget for 13 periods and 13 months or 12 months. 12 months or 13 months, like that, it all depends. Okay, so here I have selected 12 months. So in a year, time period dimension, I wanted each quarter, in each quarter we'll have 3 months, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, quarter 4, 4 quarters, and each quarter will have 3 months. In a year we have 12 months, guys. 1 year divided into 4 quarters, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3 and quarter 4. So this by default it will create 4 quarters and each one will have 3 months. What is the start month of your quarter 1? Yeah, based on this, first month of fiscal year, look at this, guys. Based on this, if I select January, so quarter 1 will start with January. If I select, for example, if I select April, quarter 1 will start with April. So I'll go back here, guys. As usual, I'll say January. So I'll say January. So quarter 1 will start with, quarter 1 will have January, February, March. Quarter 2 will have April, May, June. Quarter 3 will have July, August, September. Quarter 4 will have October, November, December. These are the 4 quarters. They will be created starting with January. This one, guys. First month of fiscal year. Look at this one. So how many years you wanted to have in your application? See, maybe you see, look at this. While designing your application, maybe you wanted to keep 2 years of history data. So make this one as 2019. So 2019 and 20. This is 2021, obviously. So 2 years of history data will be there in 2019 and 20, and 221 is your present data. 222 onwards you will have future data. So I'm starting from 2019 to 2029. So total it will be 10 years or 11 years. Count that: 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So 19 to 29 means 11 years. So I'm going to my application. I wanted, okay, instead of 11 years, I'll say 10 years. I wanted to have 10 years data. In 10 years, guys, 2 years I'll have history, that is 2019 and 20 will be history data. 21 will be your present data. 22 onwards will have future data. Weekly distribution, already I told you what if even distribution, what is 4-4-5 distribution or 4-5-4 distribution or 5-4-4 distribution. Still, if you have any questions, guys, please go through this video, Introduction to PBCS Part 1 by Koti Reddy. Please go through that video, guys. Please go through that video. So I want weekly distribution here. I wanted to have even distribution. If you have any questions, guys, I have explained all this again, okay, in Introduction to PBCS Part 1. The same, see, the way you create the application either in PBCS or Enterprise PBCS, same. There is no difference here. But once application is created, the way you configure, that is totally different. That is totally different. If you wanted to have multi-currency application, select here. Right now I don't want. I want a single currency application. So obviously I'll go for, if you want, you can select from here, guys. So many currencies are there. So I wanted my application currency be in US dollars. So I'll select it is USD. Remember that it is USD. So whatever the currency I'm talking about, this application, it is in USD, guys. Remember that it is in USD. So based on what currency you select, if here I have selected USD, obviously it is US dollars. Look at that. So 19, 20 January, this is good. So I have to, here these are the two dimensions, guys. One is time period dimension, other one is year dimension. So these two dimensions we have defined while creating your application. So that's what I have defined. My time period will have 4 quarters and each quarter will have 3 months. Quarter one will start with January. My year dimension, this belongs to year dimension, guys. Year dimension will have 10 years of data. Out of 10 years, 2 years of history and 1 year is the current data, and remaining 7 years will be future data. Then what kind of currency I wanted to use in this application? So I wanted to use US dollars. Okay, name of your input cube. As usual, guys, whenever you are creating, it's a PBCS or enterprise PBCS, does not matter what it does, right? It will create 2 cubes. One is BSO cube, the other one is ASO cube. So I'll say this one fin PL1, this one fin REP report. I want a sandbox. If I want, I can enable here. Strategic modeling I can enable later also. Right now I don't want these two, so I'm not going to enable sandboxes as well as strategic modeling. So in this screen, guys, so in dimension mapping, remember that. So what I have done, I have mentioned the quarters and months in time period dimension. You need to define that while creating an application. That's how it works, guys. Then you have to define how many years you wanted to have in your application. Yeah, I have mentioned 10 years. Out of 10 years, 2 years of history data, 1 year current data, remaining 7 years will be future data. Then what kind of currency I wanted to use here, I have provided that, saying that I'm going to use US dollars. Next, so what is my input cube type? This is a BSO cube. I said a fin plan 1. And what is my reporting cube? I said fin reporting. These two kind of cubes I have right now. So I don't want to enable sandboxes as well as strategic modeling. Even if you want to enable strategic modeling, we can enable later on, but sandbox we cannot do it. Okay, right now I don't want that. As per my requirement, I don't want this sandbox. So then I'm going for next screen. Look at this. Next screen is nothing but your details. Look at this, guys. So here what we have done so far, that's what it talks. Look at this. Here the details is nothing but, guys, see, look at this symbol, the details. Your start and end period, this is the years dimension, and your start month January. What is your weekly distribution? It's an even distribution. What currency you wanted to use? USD. Multi-currency? No, nothing. Sandbox disabled. Strategic modeling disabled. Name of input cube, fin plan 1. Name of your reporting cube, fin report hybrid is enabled. So see, these are things I have enabled. If you wanted to change, for example, you wanted to make this one as a multi-currency, yes, you can do it. Or if you wanted to rename your input cube as well as your reporting cube, you can do it. Or if you wanted to enable your sandbox feature, yes, we can do that. Or if you wanted to change your time period, yes, we can do it. Or if you wanted to change start year or end year, yes, we can change that. But once if I click create, you cannot do any changes, guys. Remember that. Once I click create here, as long as if you do not create, click create button, you can go back here and you can do the changes. But once I click create here, see, whatever the details they have mentioned here, they will be enabled. Remaining, if you do not select remaining things, what are the features you did not select, they will not be enabled, guys. Remember that. If you wanted to change the quarters to 13 periods, you cannot do that right now. Even if you wanted to make this application as a multi-currency, no, you cannot change that. Otherwise you wanted to enable sandbox, no, you cannot. So these are the details. This is nothing but what we have done in general or dimension mapping. Those details will be displayed here. Before clicking create option, please look at this details. If you wanted to change something, yes, we can do it. If you do not want, let it be. So just go and click create. See, right now in my case, guys, I don't want change these details. I know what I'm creating. I'm very clear about my requirement. So I'm very clear about my requirement. I'm not going to change this. So I'll click create. When I click create, yes. So it says, look at this guys, application creation status. Application creation has been initiated. Please wait for completion status. That's it guys. So it says that it is creating an application. Please wait for some time, then you can look into your application. I'll wait for 1 or 2 minutes here. Obviously it will create. Then I'll go for remaining things, how to configure finance. I'll go and show you. Remember that anyway it's creating an application. I'll repeat all the steps what I have done so far. First, you need to provide your application name. Next, you need to provide description. Third, you need to select modules. Why modules? Because I'm going to create a finance application. So obviously when you select module, then only you can enable or you can configure your finance application. Not only finance, even when you wanted to configure workforce, or you want to configure a project, or you wanted to configure capex, everything. So you need to you need to select that application type as a module. Then it will become enterprise PBCS application. Second, you need to select in second tab, that is your dimension mapping tab. You need to select how many months and quarters you wanted to have in your application. You need to select that. Then how many years of data you wanted to keep in your application. That also you need to select. Next, third one is what kind of currency you wanted to use. You wanted to go for multi-currency. You have to enable multi-currency. If you wanted to use a single currency, it's up to you. Say no to multi-currency. Next, you have to provide your input cube name as well as your reporting cube name. If you do not provide, by default, whatever the name you provided based on the finance, it will take it. Next, you wanted to enable sandbox, you can do it, or if you do not want, do not select that button. Then you have a strategic modeling. I'll talk about that part later. So that's it. There you go. Those are the functionality I have selected while creating my application. Look at this. Application created successfully. Click configure to enable modules. Look at this guys. What I wanted to do, normally whenever you are creating a PBCS application guys, you do not get this configure option. Once you select, application is over, then you have to click OK. But it is enterprise PBCS application. There you go. You will get this configure. Even guys, let me tell you, even if you click OK, then you can configure again. Go back to your application. Then we have a configure option where you can do it. But while creating an application, you wanted to configure? Yes. I'll go. See guys, I'm going to click configure. The difference between a creating application in PBCS and enterprise PBCS, once details is over, once you click create, you don't get this option called configure. Only enterprise PBCS application, you are going to get this option, configure. Look at this. When I click configure guys, whenever I click configure, look at that. So it is processing, it will open. Now I need to select. There you go. There you go. This is strategic modeling. This is your configuration module guys. This is a configuration module. There you go. You'll get here. From your home page also you can come here. How can I come from home page to here? We can do that. Go to home page guys. Go to application. Click configure. That's what, even you can come from, while creating an application, you can click configure, it will come here, or you can click OK, come to home page. This is your home page guys. This is your home page. Remember that. This is your home page. In this home page, then click application. See, I'll come back here one more time. Home page, click application, dashboards. I'll click dashboards here. Something like that. No need to create. Okay, go to home. Then see, I'm here. Click application. From here, I can click configure. Or I can come from here. The same configure option, functional, we can reach from home page, or look at this. Go to application. Go to navigator here. Go to navigator. Look at this. Whenever I click navigator, there you go. Under application, overview, settings, same option guys. Click configure. I click configure. Whenever I click configure, again it will reach here, the same page where you have to enable features to get started. This is the page you'll get it. So I'll go back here. See, financials, workforce, capitals, and projects. You don't get these options in PBCS. These options, financials, workforce, capital, and projects, you'll get these options only in enterprise BPCS. They are built-in features. They come along with your enterprise PBCS. Today, I wanted to configure or create my financial application. Yeah, I have created an application. Now I need to configure my financial features that I'm going to use in this application. So I'll select financials here. I have selected financial, guys. Financial, see, selected financials. Next, click here, enable features. What I have done, and under drop down box here, under drop down box, what I have done, I have selected financials. Yes, there you go. If you want, you can select workforce as well. It's up to you based on your requirement. If you want to select a capital, yeah, you can do that. So here I wanted to configure financials. Just select financials here. Okay, select financials. So select financials, guys, then enable features. Click here. Look at this. I'm coming here. Here in this option in configure, I'm going to configure financials. Yes, I have selected, and I'm going to click enable features. There you go. See, we'll talk about it. What is revenue, gross margin, and what is expenses, what is income statement. There are a lot of options, guys. What is income statement, what is balance sheet, what is cash flow statement, what is rolling forecast, what is weekly planning. These are functionality, guys. We'll talk one by one later on. Let us create an application. I wanted revenue, gross margin. Okay, revenue, gross margin. I wanted this part of my application. Accounts. Even if I select drivers and related accounts, guys, by default it will create two dimensions. These are two dimensions, guys. Product, services, along with that planning element also. It will be three dimensions. It will be created, along with your finance application. So I wanted these options, accounts options I want, and drivers and related accounts. Yeah, products. I want product option. We'll talk about what is this product and what is services. We'll talk, guys. I'm going to explain later on, not right now. Product and services. No, this I wanted to have. No, next I wanted expense. As per my requirement, I want all this, guys. I see I have different products in my company. Obviously I want that, and we are providing different services. What are the services, what are the products? We'll talk, guys. Next, expenses. Obviously I need expenses, guys. So I want drivers and related accounts. Yes, I wanted to select marketing expenses because my company does a lot of marketing. Obviously I need these drivers. I need these drivers. Even the travel and entertainment. Yes. And I want compensation. Yes, I can. I have a lot of right now. I don't want. Let me take compensation, and this is one of the driver. Sales. What is driver? Don't worry, guys. Don't get confused. For example, you are a marketing driver. What is marketing driver? Everybody talks about driver. What it does? Marketing means, see, what are the attributes we need to marketing? Marketing means we need to do promotion. Promotion will cost. Promotion is, it comes under marketing. Okay, then you need to travel for marketing. Yeah, second one, when you give an advertisements, yeah, I know, maybe see you have to go to in TV advertisements, or roadside advertisements, or promotions, different events where you talk to the people. All these are the attributes that will drive the marketing driver. So marketing, these are the parts of your marketing drive. That's it. So that driver means, don't get confused. What are the attributes needed to do that specific task? That is nothing but one driver. So here I'm using marketing. I'm selecting for my application. Yeah, I need this. Sales, travel and entertainment. Yeah, obviously for employees we need to provide. Otherwise that the travel and entertainment we do that. Yeah, that no, I don't want right now. Like, no need to complicate much. Okay. So expenses, you wanted to have an income statement. If you select, guys, yes, I wanted to have income statement. I wanted to have an income statement. So I want only gross profit in that. I don't want any balance sheet. No. Cash flow statement. Yes, I wanted to have a cash flow that to direct cash flow. What is direct cash flow? We'll talk, guys. If I talk again, we need to talk about all the functional. What is revenue? What is gross margin? What is expenses? What is income statement? We'll talk later on. Right now. So now I need all these options. These are all the functionality. We'll talk, guys, one by one. I don't want any balance sheet. If you let it be, create one balance sheet and account. I'll take asset balance sheet. That's it. I don't want anything. Rolling forecast, I don't want. Weekly planning, I don't want. Now, see what I have done, guys. I have selected a revenue gross margin. I need some of the members. I have selected. Then expenses, yes, I have selected. And income statement I have selected. See, you can ask me, is it necessary to select all this? Based on your requirement, you need to select. If you don't want, let it go. No need to worry. You don't need to select. Okay, guys, it all depends on requirement. We'll talk what each functionality does. What each functionality does, we'll talk. What do you mean by revenue and gross margin? Or what do you mean by expenses? And what these things does? What these things does? Okay, we'll talk, guys. We'll talk. We'll talk that. Don't worry. I'll explain that part. I'll explain. Okay, I'll explain that. Each and every functionality I'll explain, guys. Right now, not now. I'm explaining. You know, no. I wanted to create finance application today. Nothing else, guys. Okay, now. So this plan element by default they'll come, guys. Okay, now I wanted to select a product because I wanted this one also in my dimension, and services, obviously these three dimensions by default they'll come. Don't worry about it. These three, whenever you click, you know, if I'm selecting, obviously they'll come. So I'll come back here. So I need to select, I need to map, guys. In product, what are the things you wanted to have here? So see, map or rename dimensions. I wanted to keep in product my expenses. That's it, nothing else. Okay, and even if you do not select, you'll get an error. And revenue, okay. In services, what I wanted to keep, I'll select. Even services also, I'll say I wanted to keep only my expenses. In plan element, okay, I wanted to keep revenue. I need to map these features, guys. These are the features, guys, that come along with that. Select enable. Thus, the features you have chosen will be enabled. Do you wish to continue? Yes, I wanted to continue. See, the featuring enable progress. If you do not select this selected features, obviously it will not be enabled, guys. We'll get an error. Plan element by default will be enabled. We no need to do that. That's what I have checked it. So I no need to do that plan element. So by default, product and services I have selected, and these three dimensions, guys, that will come along with your finance cube. It will create one new cube, guys. It will create, when you enable these features, guys, in your application, it will create one new cube, that finance cube. Then these three dimensions, the plan element, product and services, will be part of your new cube. So now with this, guys, how many cubes or databases your application will have? It will have three. See, while creating application, we have selected one input cube, one reporting cube. Now when we enable this finance application, it will create one more cube along with all those dimensions. It will have three more dimensions, guys. They are plan element, product and services. These three dimensions, they'll come along with your finance cube. We'll check that anyway. So these three cubes, no, these three dimensions will not be part of your fin plan 1 and fin report. No, they are not. Those two cubes we have created while creating that application. But when you enable these finance features, obviously you will get one more cube, that is finance cube. It will have these three dimensions. What are they? Plan element, product, services. These three dimensions, these are the three extra dimensions. They'll come along with your finance application. Remember that. So how many databases it will have? Databases are cubes. It will have, this will have, you know, total 3 databases or cubes. You can call cube or database, does not matter. Normally we will call it is a cube in our terminology. So it will have 3 cubes. Remember that. One is finance cube that we have enabled, because of this we got it. Then it will have 3 extra dimensions. One is a plan element. This is the one. Second one is product. Third one is services. So these are the 3 dimensions. These are the 3 dimensions. They come along with your finance cube. I'll show you that. Let it process this. This will take 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, let it go. Still it's taking time, guys. Remember that I'll repeat one more time. It should not take this long. I'll repeat one more time. So we are creating enterprise BPCS application. So with this application we will get total 3 cubes, guys. One is finance cube, remaining is one is input cube, the other one is a reporting cube. So when you enable this feature, the finance cube, you are going to get 3 extra dimensions, that is a plan element dimension, product dimension and services dimensions. I'll show you once this application is created. Then we have to define one more the financial function that you have selected was successfully enabled. Before you can use this feature, sign out and sign in. Once this is done, guys, what you have to do, right, once after configuring this, you need to sign in and sign out. That we need to do. Okay, I'm going to do that. What else I can do? I have to do that. I'm going to do that. There you go. So these are the features, guys. These are the features they have been enabled. Forever you want to configure, we can do that, guys. Go to actions, launch, or change status. Look at this, change status, completed, in progress, configured. All these options you'll get it. All these options, completed, in progress, configured or not configured, you can select those options, guys. Okay, you can, right now it says not configured. Next, one more here, review modified artifacts, refresh database, download data and load temples. Or if you wanted to even enable some more the features, some of the features we did not enable. If you want, you can enable. We can enable from here as well. From here as well. From here as well. Remember that. So what I will do, sign out. I wanted to sign in. Then see, guys, whenever I log in, look at this, the beauty. We got one extra functionality. Normally in PBCS, guys, we'll get tasks, dashboard, see remaining options you'll get it. But along with that, you got one more option called financials. Look at that. You got one more option called financials. When I click here, under that scenario, whatever features I have selected there while configuring, revenue, expenses, balance sheet, cash flow, analysis by default it will come. Even if you select one or two, the analysis will come. We'll talk about analysis later on, not right now. See, these 4 options I have selected. I got these 4. If I select only 2, I'm going to get only these 2. Remaining 2 I don't get. Okay, if I selected 3, I will not get this. See, if I selected only 1, this will come. So whatever the features you have selected while configuring this application, now whenever I try to open, I'll get error. Look at this. So these 4 options, this is the financial functional that came. It comes only for enterprise PBCS. Whatever you select, if you select workforce will come. If you select capex will capitals, it will come. If you select projects, see on your home page, guys, on your home page. So these options will get it, guys, only for enterprise PBCS. PBCS you don't get this option because in PBCS we don't have this built-in functionality. Only for enterprise PBCS you will get it. You get, even if you can ask me a question, can I configure workforce financial in one application? Yes, we can do it. If you want, go back here, application. Again, go to configure. Anyway, I have configured financials, right? Again, select workforce. You can configure both the applications. Or even if you wanted to configure capital, yes, we can do it. If you wanted to configure projects, yes, we can do it. See, whatever, even all 4 in one application, yes, we can configure. We can do it, guys. Right now I wanted to configure only financials, so I have selected financial. Let me open revenue here. What revenue here? I need to define. I need to define my user variables. That is the reason I'm getting this error. Error during dashboard installation. What is this error? An error occurred while processing this page. What is this? One or more of the following dashboard components may be invalid. It says that I have an error in revenue. Why? Don't worry. Go to check forms here. Click here. It will throw an error. Look at this. Whenever I click here, see error details. What are that error details? In revenue info, this is one form. Cash for sale, one form. These forms I need to define user defined variable. Look at this. Before you can open this form, you must select a member for each user variable that the administration has set up. To do so, on the home page, go to home page guys, click tools. Yeah, it says that to fix this error, go to home page, click tools, then user preferences, and then user variable. I'll do that. So what it says that guys, to open some specific forms, we need to define user variables. Then once I do that, it will be fine. So I'll go to here, where they are asking, go to home page, then go to tools. To open those specific data forms, we need to define user variables case. Go to tools. Yeah, I came here, home page, tools, and user preferences. See guys, to fix those errors, I have some errors to open some of the data forms. So for those members, I need to define user variables. So I have come here, see here, when I opened user preferences, we have these options called general, display, notifications, ad hoc options, user variables. Click here. I clicked user variable. Then so define here, very simple. Go here, select for these dimensions. Okay, I'll select OEP no entry. Okay, OEP no entity. Yes, done. For scenario dimension, okay. OEP no scenario. Super. For version, already before I selected, I'm selecting all OEP underscore no version. Next years, I'll select no year. Already before I selected guys, that's the reason I'm getting this. OESC total compensation. Account expenses driver. See, one is expenses account guys, other one is expenses drivers. OFS total compensation. To open, see, if you have a functionality for those members, we can select those members guys. Here I do not have any functionality. Later on I can change that, no issue with that. So I have selected these user variables to open those specific data forms. Click save. Click save. It is processing, it's taking time. Okay, so with this, what I will do, right guys, I'll stop this class anyway. Okay, let me open this application. It should not take this long. I don't know why. Home page, let me open finance. Is it selected? It got struck. Let me see that still. Errors during dashboard initialization. Yeah, I did not save some reason. Okay, again I'll go back. I'll do the same process one more time guys. I'll go back to tools, go to user preferences. Let me open this. Again user variables. Last time I'm not able to save. I'll go back here. User variables, I came here. OEP no entity, OEP no scenario, OEP no version, no year, total compensation. Save. Oh, this error I got it, I'm sorry. So that is error. I gave two for same name. That is the error I got it. Last time I messed up. I understood where I went wrong. I'll change this one to something else. Some member I'll come up guys, don't worry about that. Yeah, this I'll take it. That is the reason. Last time it's showing an error. I did not notice. That's my fault. It is showing an error when I click save. See, it is enabled in red mark saying that this is an issue. So let me click save now. There you go. Last time what I have done, right, I have given the same compensation this as well. That is an error guys. So that is the reason I'm not able to save. Like user preference has been saved. Super. Now I'll go back to my home page. I'll go back to my home page. Now when I click financials, I click revenue. Now I click revenue. Look at that. Now I will not have any errors guys. Look at that. It will open. It is processing right now. It is processing right now. So we have defined user variables, we have done that. Now it will open revenue, so it works fine, there is no issue with that. It is processing right now. So in again, I'll come back to introduction to enterprise PBCS part 2 as well. There I'll explain what are the cubes it has created, what are the dimensions it has created, and what are the extra dimensions we have, and what are those members, and where you are going to use it. So we'll talk about that in part 2, guys. With this I'll stop. With this, what I will do, I'll stop today's introduction to enterprise PBCS and financial configuration. I just configured financial application. We did not check the cubes as well as the dimensions. Okay, we did not. What are the extra dimensions they have come along with this application, that I did not check. Okay, I'll explain that in next video, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see you again in our next class. I'll say that introduction to enterprise PBCS part 2, financial configuration part 2. Okay, take care, guys. As of now, take care. See you again next video. Take care. Bye bye.